Hello everyone, good afternoon. So today is the last day teaching from His Holiness this time. And also today is a very important day as a Buddhist. So on the important day, so everybody generated Bodhicitta and we check on emptiness. So rejoice. Today there's not much I can review about the today class. At the beginning, His Holiness told us the story how Buddha went to the heavenly realms to meet his mother. Then Buddha spent there more than, 5 months. And also His Holiness told us today is very important day. As a Buddhist, we celebrate the Labab Tuchen. Whenever we celebrate important Buddhist holiday, usually we do lot of offerings. Offerings, we can have two kinds of offerings. The first, the offering of the material things. It's very easy, also it's very simple offering. We can offer flowers, light, incense, fruits. We can offer any kinds of the physical things. It's very easy to offer, also very easy to prepare. The most important offering we can offer our daily, the sincere practices, particularly generating bodhicitta, realizing emptiness. This kind of practice, when we offer to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas really going to rejoice our offering. So how we can offer or practice? In order to offer or practice, we need to know how to practice the Dharma. Among the practices, the best practice we can offer the practicing emptiness. Then His Holiness start explaining emptiness. Therefore, today we can go through the Heart Sutra. Please, you can share the Heart Sutra in screen. Okay, at the beginning, you can see the first sentence, I prostrate to the Arya Triple Gem. This is written by Tibetan master, translator who translate the Heart Sutra. Then the second line, thus refer to the Heart Sutra. Thus, or this Heart Sutra did I hear at one time. I hear at one time has three meanings. I hear at one time. I heard only one time mean the hearing, the receiving teaching from Buddha is very, very rare. I hear only one time. Mean the teaching is very rare to hear from Buddha. Second, I heard one time is telling the Ananda has an incredible ability to memorize this teaching. One, I heard only one mean the teaching, receiving, hearing from Buddha is very rare. Second, I heard only one time, but I memorize this teaching from Buddha is telling the Ananda has incredible ability to memorize. He has an incredible, memory. Third, I hear from Buddha, mean the teaching, actually I hear from Buddha, it does not come from my own idea. The teaching is not from me, is from Buddha. Thus did I hear at one time. So how Ananda hear the Heart Sutra? Then the Buddha was dwelling on mass of Vulture mountain in Rajghat. Is telling the place where Buddha taught the Heart Sutra, the Vulture Peak. There's two different interpretation about Vulture Peak. Most master says the Vulture Peak, the Vulture mountain, the shape is look like vulture. Therefore, they name Vulture Peak. The second meaning, when Buddha gave Heart Sutra, many Bodhisattvas come from different planets to attend the teaching. When they come from different planets, they flew all the way to the place where Buddha gave teaching. Then the local people who live around there, they thought there were hundreds of thousands of vultures flying from somewhere to the area. The second is, there's millions of look like vultures. It's a meaning, second meaning. The next sentence, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas, is telling the disciple who received the Heart Sutra. That means how Ananda received the teaching, where he received the teaching, received teaching with whom? Whom? A great community, mean all the Sangha, and great community of Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva who reached to first, second, third, 4, 5 bhumis. Then next sentence, at that time, so when we were there, that time, the Bodhisattvas, Arya, all of the Shora. So at that time, the Buddha was absorbed in concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound illumination. When they were together at the vulture peaks, Buddha was there, just sitting there doing meditation on the profound illuminations. There's two words. Profound referred to the emptiness. Illumination referred to the practice of Bodhicitta, the practice of the vast teachings. That means Buddha Shakyamuni was meditating on emptiness with the bodhicitta, bodhicitta with the emptiness. Just Buddha was observing on the emptiness. At that time, Buddha didn't say anything. Also, at that time, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna was one of the very important disciples of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Look upon the every practice of profound illumination of wisdom and beheld the five aggregates also empty of inherent nature. That time, Nagarjuna also meditating on emptiness, which is profound illumination, also meditating on emptiness of the empty of inherent nature of five aggregates. That means Buddha Shakyamuni was meditating on emptiness. The Arya Nagarjuna also meditating on emptiness. Then, next sentence, through the power of, right? Through the power of Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said, this is true, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya Nagarjuna. That time, Shariputra also there. So due to power of Buddha, Shariputra has had a question, asked a question to Nagarjuna. The question is actually questioned by Shariputra, but due to power of Buddha. Then through the power of Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said, this is to the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya Nagarjuna. How should any child of the lineage who wish to practice the activities of the profound perfection of wisdom train? Then Shariputra asked question to Nagarjuna, the lineage, means the disciple, the follower of the Buddha, how they should practice the prajna paramita. He said that, and the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya Nagarjuna said, this is true, the Venerable Shariputra. Then Nagarjuna answered to Shariputra, any son or daughter of the lineage who wish to practice, son or the daughter of the lineage who wish to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly, repeatedly, beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. So before the prajna paramita teaching taught by Buddha, all the lineage of son and daughter, they only meditate on emptiness of person. emptiness of being, not emptiness of phenomena. Because the first will of Dharma, during the first will of Dharma, Buddha only teach empty of person, emptiness of the person, selflessness of person. He didn't teach emptiness of the phenomena. That means until now, all the lineage of son and daughter, they're meditating of selflessness of person, not selflessness of phenomena. Then Shariputtara, Avalokiteshvara told Shariputtara, we should not only practice emptiness of the person, we must meditate on emptiness of the phenomena, mainly 5 aggregates. Aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Among the 5 aggregates, first Buddha taught emptiness of the form. Therefore, form is emptiness. Among the 5 aggregates, the form, the physical body, the physical things, also empty of inherent existence. Therefore, form is emptiness. That means all the physical thing there is there, but they're also empty of inherent existence as the person. The second line, emptiness is form. Yes, when you analyze about the form you can find, you can see form is there. The form is not there as perceived to us. When we perceive the form, when we're looking at the form, for us, the form is look like inherent phenomena, independent phenomena. In the reality, the form is empty of independent entity, empty of inherent entity. Yes, the second line, emptiness is form. Then how we can establish the form? How we can possess the form? We must establish the form based on emptiness. Without emptiness, without empty of inherent existence, we cannot establish the form. Because if the form is not empty of inherent existence, then the form must be inherently existent. Because we have only 2 options. Thing exists inherently or exists non-inherently. If the form exists inherently, then the form no need to depend on any other condition. Then we really cannot establish the form. The second, emptiness is a form means form we must establish within the empty nature. Then second and third line, emptiness is not other than the form. Form is also not other than the emptiness. This last 2 sentences explained the true truth. The conventional truth is not separate than the emptiness. Ultimate truth is not separate than the conventional truth. That means true truth is always one entity, entity-wise one, oscillation-wise true. So this is very important. We need to know all phenomena has a true nature. There's a true side. One is conventional side, one is ultimate side. The true truth, which is conventional, ultimate truth is an entity-wise is one. When you pick upon the true truth, you cannot pick upon separately two of them. But we say these are true because these two has a different oscillation. Therefore, when we think about the true truth, we should think all phenomena has the true nature, the conventional nature, the ultimate nature. But the true nature is always one entity, different oscillation. Right? Therefore, also, if you have a time, then you have to say same way, form, feeling. Right? That means feeling is emptiness. Emptiness is feeling. Feeling is not other than emptiness is not other than feeling. Feeling is not other than the emptiness. So continues all the five aggregates. So you have to chant the same way. Then feeling, discrimination, compositional factor, and consciousness are empty. That means five aggregates, each of the aggregates is empty. Then likewise, all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stinless, not without stin, not deficient, not feeling. That means in the ultimate level, inherent level, there's not really ceasing and arising. Then next sentence, Shariputtara, therefore, in emptiness, there's no form. So this part is very important. Look at this sentence. Therefore, in emptiness, there's no form. Right? Buddha didn't say there's no form, no feeling, no. In emptiness, there's no form. It has a true meaning. When you compare the true emptiness, emptiness of the form, emptiness of the feeling, you cannot see the true emptiness is different. When you compare form and feeling, yes, you can see form and feeling is very different. In the emptiness level, there's no any difference. That means in the emptiness, there's no such as form. In the emptiness, there's no such as feeling. Because emptiness is just empty of inherent existence. The second meaning, in the emptiness, there's no form. So the practitioner, the meditator, who meditate on emptiness, on emptiness, that moment when the meditator fully absorb, fully meditate on emptiness, he or she can see only emptiness, nothing else. When you meditate on emptiness of form, you are meditating on the emptiness of the form, you can perceive, you can see only emptiness of the form, not form. Therefore, in the emptiness, there's no form. Then you have to go same way. In the emptiness, there's no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no confusion factor, no consciousness, no eyes. All the way you go, including mind elements. Then slowly, Four Noble Truths. including no aging and death, no extension of aging and death. Similarly, there's no suffering, origination, cessation, path. There's no exalted wisdom, no attainment, also no non-attainment. That means 5 aggregates are empty of inherent existence. Then 18 elements also empty of inherent existence. Then 12 sources also empty of inherent existence. 4 noble truths also empty of inherent existence. That means the nirvana side, the samsara side, both sides, all phenomena, the nature is totally emptiness. Then next sentence, Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attachment, Bodhisattva really rely on the dwelling in the perfect wisdom and mind without obscuration, and thus without fear. So when you see emptiness, within the emptiness, you cannot say the attainment, because you are perceiving only emptiness. Now we just go all the way to the mantra. So until the mantra, Buddha, when they discuss the discussion between Shariputra and Avalokiteshvara, they discuss about emptiness of all kinds of phenomena. Then tat yatha. So Tibetan we say tayatha. Actually, in the Sanskrit term, we say tat yatha. Tat yatha means things are like that. Things are like that. Mean all phenomena, the nature is emptiness, tayatha. Then Om. So some where they translate Heart Sutra into Tibetan, some translated text you can find Om, some doesn't. But the Nagarjuna said it is better to chant Om, Teyatha, Tatyatha, Om, Gate, Pragate, Prasangate, Bodhi, Swaha. So, Tatyatha means all phenomena include our body, speech, and mind. That nature is emptiness. Tatyatha Om. When you say Tatyatha Om, particularly you need to reflect on emptiness of your body, speech, and mind. Tatyatha Om. So if you are able to meditate on emptiness with the Bodhicitta or without Bodhicitta, then you will slowly, moving towards liberation by step. Therefore, Tatyatha Om, all phenomena, nature is emptiness. When you realize emptiness, then for you, for us, begin our journey to liberation, to Buddhahood. Therefore, Gate, the accumulation paths. Second Gate, the preparation paths. Pargate, the seeing path. Prasamgate, the meditation path. Bodhi is a no more learning paths. So this sentence is very important sentence. It reminds us, without realizing emptiness, we cannot start our journey to liberation, to Buddhahood. Therefore, it is very, very important to realize emptiness. Therefore, Tatyatha Om. Then, Gate, Pragate, Prasamgate, Bodhi, Swaha. Soha means establish. Therefore, when you recite mantra, when you chant mantra, some mantra has a Om at the beginning, not Soha at the end. Some mantra has a Soha at the end, not beginning of there's no Om at the beginning. But most mantra has beginning must has a Om, ending must has a Soha. But all mantra don't have beginning Om, sometimes there's no Soha. There's a different meaning. Right? Then Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva should train the profound perfection of the wisdom like that. So, like that, then they finish their discussion. They finish their question and answer. Then certainly, then the Buddha arose from the concentration that committed the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya Shora, saying well. So until the wisdom like that, Buddha was just meditating on emptiness and listening their discussion about emptiness, how to practice emptiness. Then Buddha just arose from the concentration and committing to the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya Shora, saying, well said, son of the lineage. It is like that, mean exactly all phenomena like it, which is you discuss. In all phenomena, the nature is totally empty of inherent existence. Nothing exists inherently. Therefore, it is like that. It is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom just as you have indicated. Even the Tathagata will rejoice. Buddha was very rejoiced about their discussion. Here, what we need to know two things. At the beginning, through power of Buddha, then Shariputra start to ask the question to Avalokiteshvara. At the end, Buddha said, well said, son of the lineage, it is like that. It is like that. One should practice the perfect wisdom just as you have indicated. Even the Tathagata will rejoice. That means Buddha totally give up, bless the teaching. Therefore, in Tibetan, so we have a few different, way to recognize teaching. The Heart Sutra actually look like based on, question and answer between Shariputra and Avalokiteshvara. It did not look like taught by Buddha, right? But at the end, Buddha said, well said, it is like that. That means because the blessed teaching. It's not actually taught by Buddha. Buddha, give a permission. Say it is actually, you realize what I found. That means we recognize this Heart Sutra is the blessed teaching. Therefore, His Holiness mentioned this one. Okay, next. So His Holiness mentioned why we need to realize emptiness. Why? Then His Holiness started the teaching from the 400 verses from the Arya Deva, right? Arya Deva. Arya Deva was very, very important disciple of the Master Nagarjuna. So Arya Deva was with the Nagarjuna for many years in the southern India. So in the future, if you have a time, you can visit the actual Nagarjuna's, monastery. Also, that area is the area where Buddha started to give a teaching about Tantarayana. So Arya Deva, he had only one eyes. At the beginning, yes, he has two eyes. Somehow he lost one eyes. How did he lose one eyes? There was a time have a debating between Buddhist scholar and Hindu scholar in the Nalanda. That time there was so many, very famous Hindu master who came to Nalanda to debate, to discuss about Dharma. They are not really arguing, come discuss, come for discussion, come for debating, not arguing. And somehow, the many Buddhist masters, they cannot answer to their question. Then all the Nalanda Buddhist master, they have a meeting. Then they said, we should invite Nagarjuna from South India to Nalanda. Then somehow, Nagarjuna received invitation letter from Nalanda for discussion with the non-Buddhist scholar. Then Arya Deva said to Nagarjuna, Master Nagarjuna, I don't think you need to go to Nalanda. I will go and I will debate with the non-Buddhist master. Then Nagarjuna said, okay, we can discuss first. You can discuss or you can debate, you can do debate with the Hindu master or not. First we can discuss. Then Nagarjuna hold the Hindus, the school point of view. Look like Nagarjuna really stand, his view according to the Hindu master. Then there was a long time debate between Nagarjuna and Arya Deva. Then Arya Deva, somehow he really thought, my master is not Buddhist, maybe my master is Hindu. He got very angry. Then he just hold his shoes, turn on his teacher head, his shoes. Then Nagarjuna said, yes, definitely you can debate. You can win the debating, but on the way, you have one obstacle. So when he traveled to Nalanda, on the way, someone asked to give his eyes. So he was Bodhisattva, that he offered his one of eyes to the beggar, that he lost one eyes. From the 100 verses by Arya Deva, there's a 4 line is very important. I don't have the actual translation. The physical body is covered, influenced by physical sensation, physical sense. Any parts of body, when you touch, you can feel it, because all parts of physical body influenced or covered by physical sense. If there's no physical sense, then the body cannot be, survive anymore. This is the analogy. Then all the afflicted emotions, except ignorance, all the afflicted emotions look like physical body. That ignorance is the sense of the physical body. The physical sensation influence all parts of the body. Likewise, the ignorance completely influence with the all afflictive emotions. So when you control ignorant, then you can control all kinds of afflictive emotions, right? Then how we can really stop? How we can stop to influence by ignorance? Then Arya Deva said, when you realize dependent origination, then you can stop the ignorance to arise. You're able to stop the ignorance to arise. Therefore, in order to stop ignorance, we need to realize dependent origination. Here, sometimes you can say dependent origination and emptiness is synonymous. It's same meaning. It doesn't mean dependent origination is emptiness. When you realize dependent origination, actually you will realize emptiness. Dependent origination. So if you realize dependent origination, then you can stop the ignorance to arise. Then you can stop, you can cease all kinds of afflictive emotion. How we can realize dependent origination? How? Then there's three meanings of dependent origination. Dependent origination. That means dependent on causes and conditions, number one. Number two, depend on their own paths. Number two. Number three, depend on thoughts and names. So everybody able to realize all the conditioned phenomena depend on causes and condition. Second, we don't realize all phenomena depend on their own paths. Therefore, when we see thing, we believe the thing exists by their own side, exists by their own. We cannot think the thing exists, depends on many parts. Therefore, when we have a strong attachment, strong anger, strong pride, we should not think the thing is just one. The thing has many parts. Therefore, here I will show you one sentence from the commentary on Bodhicitta. Always thought forms appear as the mass of forms. Form. When you see sometimes there's a water point, when you shake the water by stick, you can see a lot of bubble form. Many bubbles come together, it looks so beautiful. Therefore, form, the beautiful form, the ugly form, is actually a combination with many things. So when we have an attachment to the form, we should not think one thing is just beautiful. The beauty is not just one thing, it's combination with many things. Therefore here, that the forms appear as a mass of forms. Their feelings resemble bubble in water. And perception is like a mirage. Mental formation are like a plantain tree. Consciousness is like a magical illusion. Therefore, the form has many millions of parts, all combined together, appear to look like a very beautiful object. It's depend on parts. It's a bit easy to understand. The last parts, the meaning of dependent origination depend on established by only name and thought. These are very difficult to understand. Therefore, except the Pasangika, the rest of the Buddhist school, they don't really realize emptiness. They don't really realize meaning of emptiness. Therefore, entering the middle way, at the last sentence, the last paragraph, you can see, I will just recite for you. This suchness, just explained, is most profound and terrifying. Yet, people with past habit union will certainly realize it. Other whoever, despite was learning, will fail to comprehend. Right? Therefore, chapter number 11 and 11.55. According to Chandrakirti, according to Nagarjuna point of view, none of the other master who follow the first three school, also who follow the Swatantra school, they don't really realize emptiness because they cannot establish how things exist. It exists merely established by name and thoughts. Therefore, so here we need to know the point. All the affect emotion arise originated by ignorance. Clear? Ignorance. The ignorance, affect emotions are look like physical body and the sensation and the sense. All parts of our body influenced by our physical sense. All the afflictive emotions influenced by ignorance. Until we cannot control the ignorance, we cannot control any kinds of afflictive emotions. We can reduce bit, but we cannot eliminate. We cannot totally stop because we're not able to stop to arouse ignorance. Why we're not able to stop to arouse ignorance? Because we're not able to realize dependent origination. Therefore, we haven't realized emptiness. So please remember the step, the points. Once you realize emptiness, since the ignorance cannot arise anymore. So this is a very short, summary about today's teaching. Now we will go through with the question answer. The first question somebody asked, actually I think he is a butcher. I think he do a lot of meat business. It is very difficult, also very important question. He said, as a Buddhist, I knew it is not good to kill many animals. But in order to save my family, in order to protect my family, I don't have any other option. I have been doing this kind of business. What should I do? Very difficult. Also, in Singapore, somebody owned a wine shop, wine company. Also know as a Buddhist, selling like a lot of wines, beer is no good. It harm many people. In order to save their family, in order to survive, they have only this business. As a Buddhist, we should stop or we should continue. The His Holiness said, you cannot stop totally, but if you could, you do less. You minimize the business. You minimize killing animals. Right? Therefore, many people say, oh, you are Buddhist. You should not do this business, that business. If the family, the person has an option, we can say, you should not do this, you must do that. Somebody doesn't have any option, any other option. Then related to this question, His Holiness said, if you can, it's very good to be pure vegetarian. Therefore, many our friends always be vegetarian. It's very good. But living in Mongolia, living in Tibet, it's so difficult to survive with the only vegetation. Then, when you take meat, make sure the meat which is offered to you, which is brought to you, they didn't kill the animal just for you. Also, make sure the meat which is come to you, make sure somebody, if you have a doubt, maybe they kill for me, you should not accept. If you saw somebody kill like chicken and fish for you, then you should not take, because they kill only for you. Then second question is not another kind of, many people has a doubt, because we are receiving a lot of teaching from online, like a Zoom. Then many people thought it is not good because we are really against our tradition. The His Holiness said, yet it is good to have it's good to receive, teaching from the, a real person. But most importantly, if you are able to study perfectly, then, you receive the teaching in person or not. It's not important. The last question is, I think, is a very common question. So somebody asked, based on the Nagarjuna commentary on Bodhicitta, Nagarjuna first explained emptiness, second, the confession of Bodhicitta. Some other teaching, first they explained the confession of Bodhicitta, second, the ultimate Bodhicitta. So which order suit for which person? Here, I think also we need to know one things. So when we visualize field of merit, usually we visualize Buddha Shakyamuni because we are Buddhists. We follow Buddha Shakyamuni teaching. So Buddha Shakyamuni is always been our teacher. So when we visualize the field of merit, first we visualize Buddha Shakyamuni. Then on the left side, we visualize our Mitriya Buddha. On the left side, we visualize Manjushri. Then on the right side, we visualize Avalokiteshvara and Manjushri. Right? Then below the Manjushri, we visualize Nagarjuna. Below the Avalokiteshvara, Mitriya Buddha, Mitriya and Manjushri. So below the Manjushri, so we visualize Asanga. Right? Manjushri and Mitriya Buddha. So we have two lineages. Lineage come from Buddha, Mitriya Buddha, then Asanga. Buddha, Manjushri, Nagarjuna. Based on the Manjushri lineage, always explain emptiness, second Bodhicitta. The lineage come from Mitriya Buddha, then Asanga, then first Bodhicitta, second emptiness. There's some important points. If you are a very slow learner, if you don't have that sharp mind, then first you just generate compassion and wish to be Buddha, then generate Bodhicitta, then slowly you can enter into emptiness. If you are a very intelligent person, if your wisdom is very sharp, then first you think about emptiness, second Bodhicitta. When you think about emptiness, you will know, knowing the truth, which is emptiness, you will know the ignorance is the mistaken mind. Mistaken mind. When you fully understood ignorance is mistaken mind, then you feel, oh, I will eliminate the ignorance. Then you will understand, yet I can be Buddha. I can be free from suffering because I can eliminate ignorance. Because ignorance is the mistaken mind. Therefore, second then wish to be Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Because he or she already knew he or she can be Buddha. Because he or she understood the ignorance is mistaken mind. Those person first realize emptiness, second generate bodhicitta. If you are not that intelligent person, then much better to practice great compassion, bodhicitta. When you generate bodhicitta, better to go through the 6 steps. The 7 is bodhicitta. If you are intelligent, realize emptiness. When you generate bodhicitta, you apply the exchanging self and other. Then you can practice bodhicitta very fast. Also, you can achieve Buddhahood faster. So this is an important question. Also, it's totally up to you which methods you can take. First bodhicitta, second emptiness, or first emptiness, second bodhicitta. But you need to know the important points. And also I explain you one entity, two oscillation. I know many of you are quite new about this kind of idea. I'm using me as an example. Let's say I'm Yonten, I'm a human being, I'm a Geshe, right? So when I say I'm a human being, it's isolate from non-human. That means I establish myself as a human because I'm fully isolated from non-human. The non-human is the basis to isolate human. Then second we say Geshe. In order to establish Geshe, it doesn't mean, isolation, just isolation from non-human, I cannot be Geshe. When you say Geshe, also it must establish from non-Geshe. The isolation, there's 2 different isolation, but actually I'm just one. If you pick on like Geshe, it's me. If you pick on the human, just me. There's no totally 2 separate entity. But we say it's 2 because 2 is oscillates from 2 different oscillation. Likewise, impermanence, conditioned phenomena, right, are synonymous. For example, the book, impermanence of the book, the conditioned book. When you look at there's just one book, you cannot see impermanent books and conditioned books are totally 2 phenomena. But the oscillation side, due to oscillate from permanent, we name impermanent. Due to oscillation from the non-conditioned, we name conditioned phenomena. So oscillation-wise, 2. Entity-wise, 1. Therefore, the 2 truths, conventional ultimate truths, is from oscillation-wise, 2. Entity-wise, 1. So this one you need to know what does mean oscillation. Okay, let's start Q&A.
Geshe-la, there's this question from Kim Louis. Actually, she asked the question yesterday. Due to time constraint, we couldn't post the question. Her question is it okay to receive commentary from another teacher even if you did not take initiation from him?
Of course, in order to receive commentary on any sutra, definitely it's okay. Even though you haven't received any session from the person, it still is okay. You can take commentary. It's perfectly okay. Even though you haven't received any initiation from me, if you're asking some commentary about the Vajrayana, Yamantaka factor, is definitely okay. For example, 2 years ago, I think 1 year ago, we had a Yamantaka retreat for I think 11 days. So during the Yamantaka retreat, I always explained how to visualize, how to practice the Yamantaka sadhana. I never ever be considered I'm a guru for them. I'm a just teacher for them. Therefore, in order to receive commentary on any teaching, you don't need to consider, you don't need to accept a person is your guru. Definitely no need to receive initiation. And also, we are very beginner. We are beginner to practice Dharma. For us, actually, it's okay to receive, the lower Tantra initiation. But we are not yet the ability to practice the highest Tantrayana practices. But somehow we receive many higher Tantra initiation. One, our problems. Because we thought we thinking the teaching is relevant for me, the teaching is important for me or not. We thought we analyzed, we thought we asked question ourselves, we just try to receive the higher initiation. Second is the master, the guru problems, problem from guru. They never check your ability. Whoever come and they perform, giving initiation. So due to two problems, so, we receive this kind of teaching. So for you, yes, definitely okay. You can receive any commentary from anybody, even though we thought not monks and nuns is okay. First, you really need to learn the very precise meaning of impermanence and permanent. Permanence and impermanence. Permanent and impermanent. Many people think permanent phenomena doesn't change. It's not true. It's not true. Emptiness of the cup, emptiness of the house is permanent. Space of the house is permanent. When the house changes momentarily, the emptiness of the house must change. Change momentarily. The house changing momentarily, the space of the house also is changing momentarily. But the emptiness of the house is changing not by its own causes condition. It's changing by the basis. For example, when you're moving on the MRT, you're moving by train. So actually you are moving, for example, when you go, for most of you are Singapore, when you move from East Coast to north, east to north by MRT, actually you are moving. You are reaching there. You are moving because by the train. You are not moving by yourself. When you are reaching there, by train. You're also moving very fast to that area because the train is moving so fast. Likewise, emptiness of a house is changing momentarily as a house, changing. But still, emptiness of a house is permanent because it's not changing by its own causes and condition. The space of the house is changing because the space which depends on the house is changing, but it's not changing by its own causes and condition. Therefore, all the condition phenomena is changing. It's changing momentarily. There's not powerful person being who is controlling. No. The condition phenomena is changing momentarily because its own causes and condition. First, you need to know the precise meaning of permanent and impermanent. Then the meaning of permanent and impermanent, there's no differences between Prasangika, Chitamanda, everybody has the same meaning of impermanence and permanence. Yes.
Geshe-la, there are two questions. First one is from Wei Ching. Wei Ching, can you kindly please unmute your mic?
Yes, please.
Okay. Geshe-la, my question comes about during a discussion with a Dharma friends. I know that her assertion is not correct, but I do not know how to explain. Okay, so the argument goes like this, yeah. A cup, every phenomena, based on every phenomena, we can establish the two truths, conventional truth and the ultimate truth. Therefore, on every phenomena, we can say that this phenomena has the ultimate truth of being empty of inherent existence. Therefore, on every phenomena, there's an ultimate truth. Therefore, it follows that every phenomena is a permanent phenomena. I mean, I know it's not correct, but I really don't know how to answer, to explain to that person. It's like, I know that it's not right, but I do not have the wisdom. So maybe.
Okay. For example, cup. Okay, we use the coffee cup. Coffee cup is a cup, right? The coffee cup has a handle, right? The coffee cup has a handle. The coffee cup is not handle. The handle is not cup.
Okay.
For example, the cup has a ultimate truth, aspect of ultimate truth, which is emptiness. It doesn't mean the cup has to be permanent. Therefore, yet it has a aspect of ultimate truth, but the cup itself is impermanent. Quite clear? So how the person think, that it has the ultimate truth, this means the thing have to be permanent. How he or she think that way. The cup has a handle, it doesn't mean the cup have to be handled. You have an air, it doesn't mean you are air.
Okay.
You are not nose, you have a nose. But as a human, we establish based on what aggregates. Condition phenomena, we establish the thing which is arise from cause and condition, we name condition phenomena. If condition phenomena is the ultimate truth, it doesn't mean the condition phenomena have to be permanent. Yeah.
So can I say that the isolate of entity is not the entity? So that is the confusion that he confused the isolate of an cup, which is the emptiness of the cup, as the entity. Is that the confusion?
this one we really don't know, because you are not the person who's thinking, because you have to discuss with her or him why you thought that way. Then we will know the confusion. So far, you are not the person who asked this question. You don't know the confusion. Next Sunday, if he will, join the discussion class, we can discuss. Am I right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Most welcome. Next question, please.
Next question comes from Carolyn Chan. Carolyn, could you kindly unmute your mic?
Yes, Carolyn.
Ashidilek Geshe-la.
Ashidilek.
I would like to have your permission, whether you grant it or not, regarding the Yamantaka retreat that you conducted. I would like to reel it for the sadhana practice, because I believe your visualization is very clear. Thank you.
I cannot really visualize clearly Yamantaka. I can visualize very clearly the coffee.
Okay.
So we first, basic thing we need to know, we should not mix up imagine something and visualizing something, particularly the higher Tantrayana. Any of the Tantrayana, at the beginning, you must remember, even though when we bless the inner offering, Om So Bhava Shuddhu, Sab Dharma So Bhava Shuddhu Hang. At first, we meditate or try to realize emptiness of the being, emptiness of the phenomena, then we meditate on emptiness. Then within the emptiness, then we visualize Yam, the syllable Yam. You can just Y-A-M, Yam, or Yam, I-M, doesn't matter, Yam. Within the emptiness, Yam syllable, the Yam transforms into the wind mandala. It's very important. First syllable, sixth syllable, then the wind. Sixth syllable, then fire. Sixth syllable, then the kapala. When you remember these two things, sixth syllable and the actual things, it reminds us all phenomena merely designated by thoughts and syllables, thoughts or name. When you visualize Yamantaka, we should not think, oh, due to my chanting, Yamantaka just appeared to me. This is not the correct way to visualize Yamantaka. So there's many steps. If you already received, Yamantaka initiation, then you can read the Yamantaka Sadhana commentary by Ling Rinpoche, commentary by Ngulchu Dharma Bhatta. It's already translated into English, published by, I think, APMT. So you read the books very slowly. You will have a, correct understanding how to visualize Yamantaka. Also, when you visualize Yamantaka, the visualize Yamantaka is not separate from your mind. Because you meditate emptiness of the mind, the emptiness of the mind transforms into Yamantaka. So this one, because I cannot explain much, because I haven't got, really proper kind of permission from my teacher. Also, I'm not that person who can explain very properly. So in the future, if there's a class, then we can discuss. Thank you.
Geshe-la, There are actually 2 more questions. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. Geshe-la, next question comes from Padma Dolma. Emptiness could be read as empty and emptiness together. It's empty of inherent existence, and hence there are infinite possibilities. May I check whether the above understanding is in the correct direction?
Please.
Okay. Emptiness could be read as empty and emptiness together. It's empty of inherent existence, and hence there are infinite possibilities. May I check whether the above understanding is in the correct direction? Thank you.
I'm very sorry, I don't understand the question. It's not so clear. So, Kunji, you can send me the question into my WhatsApp, then I will check. So I will answer for next Sunday.
Okay. Actually, tomorrow, Geshe-la.
Tomorrow. So
yeah. And then one question is from Pik Fong. She's asking, is Master Nagarjuna, is he a scholar of Nalanda?
Oh yes, he was, because when you look at the 17th Nalanda master, Nagarjuna is there. He was a Nalanda master, and I think later he established his own vihara in South India, right? South India. Yes, he was the Nalanda master. That's why he studied for a long time in Nalanda, and he left from Nalanda, went to South India, established monastery. Therefore, all the Nalanda master knew, he was very important. That's why they wished to invite him back to Nalanda. Yes, yeah, Nalanda master. But this morning, what His Holiness said, I'm not sure you guys heard or not, true translation. His Holiness said, Chandrakirti, he actually didn't meet Nagarjuna. His disciple, not the direct disciple, is a kind of the lineage disciple. There's a true kinds of history about this. Nagarjuna was, Arya Chandrakirti was the actual disciple of Nagarjuna or not. Lama Tsongkhapa, also many other masters, they believe, they accept Chandrakirti was actual disciple of Nagarjuna. He met Nagarjuna, he received directly from Nagarjuna, not for a long time, not very short time. I think they met each other. Because one of the commentary on Tandrayana teaching, he mentioned, I received his teaching from Nagarjuna. So there's 2 different views. You can believe, he's an actual disciple, direct disciple, or maybe indirect disciple. There's 2 kinds, 2 views. So most importantly, we receive teaching from many masters, also receive teaching from His Holiness. The most important, essential point, we have to practice. So we have to transform ourselves. So happier person, more be patient, compassionate person, more be honest. And also His Holiness said, so we do proper practice, do a lot of dedication, do a lot of aspiration prayers. Then in the future, we continuously, able to meet the Dharma, able to meet the qualified master and teacher. Then we can follow the Dharma, will become a Buddha. And thank you so much. And have a happy Saturday and a happy Labhak Tuichen.